As you can see, this is a freezer. It's a Frigidaire, and the problem with this unit is a defrost issue. Now, defrost issue could be from the timer, bimetal, heater, the board. So we're going to dig into this one. This one has a timer, so make sure you use a good steamer or a good hair dryer. I'm not a big fan of hair dryers, but if it's an older unit, you should be able to use the hair dryer to melt most of the ice. If not, just be patient and unplug the unit and just let it thaw. I'm going to be opening it up shortly to take a look on the inside. It was pretty frozen, so we're just doing the steamer, get her open up. As you can see, the fan is also frozen stuck. So this freezer had a few issues, as in not cooling. The fan was not able to move the warm or cold air, well, actually warm air across the evaporator to cool it. And of course, the evaporator was fully iced over, so it had some issues. Now, when you're doing your defrost, make sure you secure your screws. You don't want to have your screws falling down the drain hole. And get a towel to put under the evaporator while you're doing the defrost. That's gonna stop a lot of water from leaking on the floor, making a mess. And first things first, what we're gonna do is check the heater to make sure the heater's good. I suspect the bimetal, which you will see shortly. But you want to check the heater, and you also want to check the timer along with that. And I'll show you how to check both of those instead of actually doing a bunch of tests. You can do a series of one test, and that will cover two parts. You want to turn clockwise until the unit turns off. Now we're going to go inside. As you can see, it's totally frozen over, so our bimetal is bad, but we're still checking. Fan can't even move, it's totally frozen. And make sure you defrost everything well, including down in the opening where the fan is. So I think here the unit is now in defrost, and I was checking the heater. Now, when you do it this way by putting the unit into defrost, you can check the timer, the heater, and the bimetal all at once. And if the heater does not come on, go ahead and disconnect the bimetal, take it out of circuit, and you're going to connect the heater directly. So you're not going to have the bimetal in circuit, you will just be connecting the wire from the heater directly, and the heater should come on, and that will confirm that your timer is good and your heater as well. Now we're doing it. I'm doing it live. You should disconnect power, connect them, and plug it back in. And as you can see, both the pliers were insulated. Also had rubber gloves on. And you gotta remember it's wet, so it is very dangerous. So please unplug. Now I was waiting for the heater to come on. Now we just check power, going to the heater, so we know the heater is good. And now we're checking the timer, which is setting power to the heater. You can see it was glowing. There it is. That's it. That's a red heater. So we just confirmed that the heater and the timer are both good. So now we just need to deal with the bimetal. Just make sure that everything gets defrosted properly, otherwise the unit will not cool properly. So check this out, guys. This is the bad bimetal.
Heard it click.
And sometimes this will work
But it didn't turn on.
to get you by.
Yeah. Let's turn it off now. So, I mean,
you can do that a few times and it might start to work. If not, replace it.
heard it clicked.
That's a new one. That stuff works great, by the way. All right, everything's defrosted nicely. And we're going to put her back together. Make sure you don't get any stuff down that hole that will cause you to have a clogged drain, and eventually it could ice up. And also, guys, quick note, you can pour just a little bit of water, maybe half a cup, down that drain hole if you're having difficulty with your freezer door opening. So if you have like a vacuum, like a suction, and it's difficult to open, you can pinch the seal, break the vacuum to open your freezer door, or just pour a little bit of water down that hole, and that will reduce the suction. And your screws, now you do have two different screws that you need to use for the center of the panel, and providing you use those for the panel center panel, you should be fine. And they're the longer screws, those guys, one there and one to the right. Alright guys, we're going to be putting this guy back in service, and everything's fixed, everything's good, everything looks good. Now I'm going to turn the timer back on and put it back in service. And you want to turn slowly when you turn the timer on, and right at the beginning, and that's going to be pretty much 8 or 9 hour runtime. Oh, we got to plug it in first. Alright guys, here she is. Thanks for watching.